Why hello there, and welcome to this slightly different video where, seeing as LEGO seems to have cancelled the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom set for this year, I have decided to recreate the set as best I can on Digital Designer. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here is my completed design of what this set could have been like. Obviously it's not perfect to the image that we had of it in the leak, but this is pretty much identical in general terms. I have obviously taken some creative liberties with creating the lava swirl that is on the base and having the track be a complete loop all the way round the set, which I assumed is what that set was going for originally. So let's have a more detailed look. Also, a lot of this is just going to be pictures of the set because for some reason my recording on my laptop creates these weird lines that go across, which I'm sure you don't want to be watching the whole time and blocking up the screen. So we'll just stick with pictures for now. So firstly, we'll have it start with the minifigures. I have recreated here all 6 of them. These are more just placeholdery designs rather than identical to what design LEGO is going for. This is just my best attempt with what I have. So we have Short Round, Mola Ram, a Fuggy Guard, Indiana Jones, Willie Scott and the Majaraja. The Majaraja has the doll of Indy that we see him with in the movie, and overall these are just placeholders, as I say, as none of these look identical to how they looked in the movie. So on to how I designed the set. I started with the base in the middle with the lava swirl and built up with these rocky parts round the sides. These created the supports for the main platform area. And this is where we get our first play feature, in that this pin here can be slid out to let the trapdoor fall and send people into the lava below, as we see in the movie. On this platform we have more rocky shaped pieces and the skull that 3 of the Sankara scones are putting in the movie. I'm very happy with how this skull has turned out, as this is one of the first times I've tried creating something like this, and it pretty much looks almost identical to how it looks in the leaked photo, which is very blurry, so I'm just very happy with how that turned out. On top of these rocky outcrops on the platform we have the head and arms. This is probably the weakest part of my design, as again heads are not really what I'm good at designing, but overall it seems quite identical to what the original set was going to have, even down to the long sword in one hand and these tentacle-like bits using tail pieces on either side of the head. From here to the left we have the bridge that connects directly to the rail track that goes all the way round. This is pretty much identical, with maybe just a bit more simplification of what was going on. And obviously I've had to use train tracks rather than the roller coaster tracks that it appears the set was going to use. These tracks have another pin here to flick, which will send these mine carts down the track and round. These carts are also rather simple in design and very boxy. Halfway around the track we have the water tower with water spilling out of it, as you can see here. This can also be rotated by this pin here to create tipping of the water. I have made it look like water is pouring out by joining pieces together, but obviously if this was the real set, as you can see in the leaked image, these would just be loose 1 by 1 round bricks. I've also added a play feature of my own with this wall here, which can be flipped down to reveal a 4th Sankara scone. As in the movie it is said that there is 5, but they only have found 3 so far, with the 5th one in this design being in the skeleton's hand over here. Unfortunately from the backside you can see how rather unstable in design the main platform is, particularly the back wall. But yeah, overall I think I've done a very good job in recreating what this set should have been or could have been. I did fail in one of my other goals, however, in that trying to get as close to the piece count of the set as possible of 801, whereas I've only managed to use 640 bricks, which is still pretty good going, but it is still short by over 150 bricks, which is slightly disappointing. But yeah, overall I'm very happy with how this design has come together, and I do think it looks like a pretty good design compared to what the original was and how closely matching to the original was, with the limitations of what Digital Designer can give me. But who knows, maybe the Temple of Doom will actually be coming out, but at this point it's starting to look very unlikely. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you when I see you. Goodbye.